It's okay to admit to sometimes being the cowardly lion. If we leave the highways and main roads where everyone travels and explore that unknown path that is uniquely ours, it's okay to admit that we will sometimes get lost and become afraid. Being the main character in our own comedy drama, we like to always remain the hero in our and in other people's eyes. But acknowledging the less than heroic truth may be exactly what is necessary to get us to our true destination. When our attempts to achieve a goal are repeatedly frustrated, we tend to internalize that experience and develop a feeling of powerlessness even when the obstacles are removed. This phenomena, called learned helplessness, was discovered by psychologist Martin Seligman during the 1960s. This emotional reaction corresponds to a pessimistic or depressed attitude in which obstacles are seen as personal failures and as pervasive and permanent. In addition to being painful, this pessimistic or depressed attitude also leads to unmotivated behavior in which we don't explore, perceive, or take advantage of available opportunities for success. Though most of us will experience this sense of powerlessness and become unmotivated or intimidated in the face of repeated frustration, we can do something about it. The first step is to recognize that we have become the cowardly lion. As in many things, self-awareness is the beginning of wisdom. In fact, I consider self-awareness and self-management to be the first of 7 dimensions of wisdom. By becoming aware of how we are feeling and behaving, we begin to see that we have some other alternatives. The future is not fixed. We're painting it right now, in the present, using the colors both of our imaginations and of reality. Words and images in thought and reflection become things in the world. We can build the bridge from here to where we want to be out of images and ideas made real through courageous reflection followed by action. When we think we're at a dead end, it's just a temporary failure of creativity which can be overcome. As we observe our pessimistic, helpless, and hopeless reactions, we gain some distance from them and we can challenge them rather than accepting them. We can learn to use the information we're receiving that our particular methods of trying to reach a goal are not working, but at the same time we can deny that pessimistic reaction that nothing we can do will work. In most cases, our attitude and behavior will need to change before the external problem or obstacle can be overcome. As we perceive the cycle of negative thinking, we can identify it for what it is, a distortion of reality. As self-awareness reveals the distortions in our thinking and emotions, the grip of fear and helplessness is loosened, and we can begin to experiment with new actions aimed at achieving our goals. We're all capable of making mistakes in our lives and of experiencing failure due to external circumstances. And we are also capable of overcoming these. It requires being open to possibilities and trusting the creative process. We must believe that it is possible to get there and be willing to walk across that bridge. Sometimes we get tired and we begin to believe that we can't get to the other side of the pain, discomfort, fear, to that freedom and our second wind. In fact, we become lost in pain and forget what it's like to feel good and confident and right in ourselves. With practice, we can learn to remember more quickly, and it's possible to acknowledge the real danger or obstacle that we're facing, but to not remain afraid or intimidated or inhibited, but to stay with the joy and the light and find the bridge across the abyss. I'm Dr. Bernard Brooks. You can learn about the life and business coaching that I offer at www.sophia.com, and that is Sophia spelled with 2 P's.